Hello, welcome back to Crafting in Quarantine. My name is Marjan Verstappen, and this program is by Arts Etobicoke. So I know that in real life, when we were painting together, we really enjoyed acrylic landscape painting. And I haven't done a session in that on video yet because I know that not everyone has paints at home. But as the stores reopen, and I know that we've been here a while now doing these sessions on video, I thought if you had a chance to get some paints, then you might really enjoy me doing a painting video. So I've made one for you today. So you are going to need some acrylic paints for this, and some brushes and a canvas. And wherever you get them from is fine. The dollar store has all those things. You could get them from Walmart. You could get them on Amazon. You could get them from an art store. That's up to you, but I hope that you can get your hands on some and you can join me when I do this. So you're going to need some paints. Here's mine. I'm not going to go into so much what color they are because, you might have quite specific colors and you don't need really specific colors, but you're going to need white, red, blue, green, and yellow, just primary colors, and some green would be good. And then I've also got a gray here because we're going to be using quite a bit of gray, but you don't have to get that because you can mix that. You're going to need some brushes. I don't use too many. I've got these 4. You're going to need a big one and then some smaller ones. Because we're using acrylic paints, it's hard to clean them off things. So for my palette, this is what we're going to mix our colors on. And I've just gotten a piece of cardboard and wrapped it in some plastic wrap so I can just throw out the plastic wrap when we're done. And then here's my image that I'm going to paint from. So I just chose a really simple landscape, and you can paint from the same one or you can choose something else. And then last of all, you're going to need a jar of water to clean your brushes in and to keep your brushes in so they don't dry out while we're painting. And the one we decorated last week is fine. Okay, so I've squeezed out all of my colors over here. And the first thing I'm going to do is to just lightly sketch the outline of everything. I'm going to ignore the tree for now because if you look at this, there's lots and lots of patches of tree in between the sky, patches of sky in between the branches. So I'm going to paint the sky first and then just put the tree over the top. So I'm going to just do some outlines of these hills and stuff so I have the composition planned out the way I want it before I start. And that's all. It's not too hard, eh? Alright, now I'm going to use my sort of dark blue grey with a bit of white to do the sky. And I want it to be light up here and then get darker and more grey further down. So I'm going to start really light and then, actually no, I'm going to start dark at the horizon and then get lighter on the way up. For this I'm going to use a big brush because I don't need any detail. Okay, and that's my sky. One thing that's really important to remember is not to mix your paint with water too much. Oh, another thing you might need is some paper towel just to dry your brushes when they come out of the water. But also just to keep your paint nice and thick. It should be, the texture of melted margarine or something like that. But it just should be it should be how it comes out of the tube, and just put it on like that. Don't try and put it on too thin and just scrub it over the surface. And don't, try and mix it with water and make it runnier. Just keep it the way it is. Okay, so the next step is to do all this green. And I'm not going to worry about the yellow now, I'll put that on top. But I'm going to start by just doing sort of darker, more bluish, grayish greens in the background and brighter greens in the front. So just so you know what I'm doing here, I'm mixing my gray, my bluish gray, my dark blue with some of the green to make a dark green. And then I'm also, on the other side, I'm mixing some with the yellow to make a lighter, more earthy green. Okay, so what I've done here is just tried to really look at the shadows that are on the land and blend lots of different shades of light and dark green using the yellow and the blue to make the green lighter and darker. And then, I've used a lot of diagonal brush strokes just to make it look very round. I find that helps make it round. Okay, so now it's time to start the trees. And if you look at this closely, when you paint the trees, you don't have to paint every leaf. I'm going to start with the structure of the branches, so I'm going to use my brown. And if you don't have a brown, then you can make one by mixing red, yellow, and blue together. And I'm just going to paint, like, you know, use a smaller brush than I've been using, probably a brush about this size, to just paint out the structure and of the tree, the branches and stuff like that. And then I'm going to use my similar shades of green to add the foliage. And then last of all, I'm going to do the gorse, and then we're going to be finished. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to do the gorse flower, which are the bright yellow flowers on these bushes back here. So here's how mine turned out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get a chance to try this at home. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy, everyone. Bye-bye.